Hallelujah, brothers and sisters. How you doing this fine Monday morning? Hallelujah. Valhalla. Okay, so yesterday was fun in Glendale, Arizona, where they left tons of trash that they think the rapture's going to hoover up, I'm guessing. Okay, so I know some of you are scared, but I'm fucking... My laugh is making my cough act up because... What the fuck? Okay, I'm going to be serious now. Put on the serious face. Like Stephen the Cuck Miller did. You have nothing. You are nothing. All that guy did was tell you what the bully in his head says. From the time he was small, he's a piece of work. And I personally love he did that rant because it's so insanely divisive, but I don't know who we are. I'm guessing the they is black people, like anyone that doesn't look like him. But can you imagine wanting a nation to look like you? That is delusion. I want a world full of me. In my gloriousness. Like, I'm sorry, I just can't take any of it seriously. Like, this legion, this army of people who are complacent, just like the rest of America. Like, I think people on the left look at the people on the right, like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna sit on their keyboard. They're gonna sit and have a donut. They're gonna sit and, weigh out their carnivore diets. Like, and there were messages of peace, like, hey, Charlie wouldn't want violence, right? Then we had Tucker Chef's Kiss Carlson. Yes, I said that. Who compared him to the great Jesus, right? And said that it was a certain group of people that killed the great Jesus. And the same people must have killed CK. Little coded there. Very, very coded. With Israel. Do you see? Like everyone was there with their own kind of agenda. Like Stephen the Cuck just wanted the world to friendly hear him and jerk off in front of everybody. And he did. And it was small. Okay. And the thing is about these, like it tried to be like a revival / smotsy venue / MAGA rally, but I think most of the people are there for, like, yes, they feel bad for the widow, right? So they wanted to go be a part of that. People like to be a part of something like that. People that maybe didn't even know him that well or didn't care, they like to go be a part of things. Okay, and I'm not saying there weren't a lot of people there that weren't concerned or weren't grieving. Like, I get it. Like, when you think the rapture's coming, you want to do all the good things, like go to a memorial for a wife that's worse than her husband, That's why I laugh out when people said, but I feel bad for his wife, not for 1 second, because men like him have worse wives. And they, lots of times, set the agenda for the husband. They keep it up. They like that because they want him to get the power they don't feel like they can get. So I've always thought white women that were pick-me's are far more dangerous than the men because they can shut it off at any time. They could shut that all down anytime they decided, and they don't because they get power from it. So they use these white men. So she was exactly as I expected her to be, with her hand on his wooden airbrushed hand, whatever that was. Like, that was fucking wild. No movie can... I feel bad for Hollywood writers because they could never. They're all out of jobs, essentially. Okay, I'm trying to be serious again. So we have people there with all different agendas that are there. But also, the polling's going down. It's not like all of a sudden it's skyrocketing back up. It's not. In fact, conservatives want to differentiate themselves a lot from MAGA. Like, it went from a smaller percentage to like 66 points. They're like, oh, yeah, we're not like them. So you can be conservative and look at that and go, that's extreme as F. Like I have someone in one of my other comments goes, I'm a Jesus follower and I am deeply concerned about this. I'm going to do another video, but this girl whose dad is hard MAGA, gun-toting, Tennessee, and she's like, and he is looking at this, he's been absolute devotee going, they're trying to divide us. That's what this is. Holy shit, this whole thing has been about dividing us. See, people are waking up. And you're going to have people that are in the church that are going to keep buying into this. However, most are not inclined to go be violent like Stephen the Cuck. Like that's what he wants. But, you know, they're not trained to go murder people. They're trained to protect life. Like, you know, well, I'm supposed to go kill people, but also can't have abortion. Like, it's a hard sell to go do that. And I know people want to, you know, say, oh, we're like Germany. I'm going to do another video on that. But the thing about when the Germans did what they did, they had just come off World War I, where they were humiliated, where there was literally a thing that said, you carry the guilt of all of it. They had put the shame on it. They had all the reparations to do. They were already starving, and you had 11 million soldiers out of work who had just been actively fighting a war. They got nothing to do. People are starving. They've been humiliated. So not only were they open to a strong man because they wanted to feel vindicated, they were open to believing that the Jews had sabotaged them because they saw no evidence in their country. You know, the people around them are like, we lost, but like our buildings are fine, everyone else's aren't, right? So it was very easy to put propaganda and misinformation in there, and that's where Hitler popped in because he was a professional at propaganda. But anyway, the difference is we have keyboard warriors. We have soft people in this country, and yet something as simple as getting Jimmy Kimmel off the air has riled people up. Imagine something big, you know? Don't count ourselves out and don't make them stronger than they are. They're just like us. They really are. So yeah, that was embarrassing and weird to watch. But also, like I said, the polls are going down. And I think a lot of people on the right, except for that really core that put Trump's mushroom in the mouth and go, okay, most of them don't even like Trump anymore. Okay. I'm going to show you. Look at these pictures. This is when Trump is talking. They really were there to hear the widow, to pay some respects, to do something collective, to deal with their grief, because they do have grief, right? And the left, the ones that did celebrate, and the ones that said a lot of things that they shouldn't have on screen. You can feel it at home, fine, but don't do it on here. And people go, I didn't see any of that. Then either your FYP is different or you're in denial, because that absolutely happened. So they feel unsafe, and so there they felt safe together, and they were processing grief. But if you think that they think Stephen's message was right on brand and like, yeah, let's go, they don't like the divisive speech either, most of them, okay? And then when Trump, the star, he got there talking about tariffs. He was talking about how he hates his political enemies, how he's talking about pronouns. And that's the response he got. So they weren't there for him. They were there to do some collective grieving, which is their right. And then they're going to go home and they're going to have a donut. Breathe.